Yo, 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 test, 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 test. DJ Treylow podcast. Shit, man, it's been a while. It's been a while. Last podcast I put out, man, was like 2020 in May. This year was jacked up. Going into 2021 now, man. 4/9/2021. Yeah, Treylow podcast, man. I ain't been doing nothing. You know, I had another kid October 10th, 2020. And now that's been taking up a lot of my time. You know, when you have a new baby, a newborn, it's like takes all your attention. And then worry about this virus stuff. So all these precautions when you're in the hospital. You don't want to be around you're all paranoid about the virus all day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, his name is Tyrus Myers. Kind of rhymes. Tyrus Myers. Anyways, it's like I don't know. Let me get his little birth information. 6 pounds or something. Ounces. I don't know. Wasn't no 7-pounder. And, healthy little boy. No problems. So, but you know how it is when you have a baby, man. Crying all night, keeping you up, no sleep. Until they, get past that first couple months and then, start getting on a regular sleep routine. You got still little bumps and hiccups, but you know how it goes. Yeah, man, what's up with y'all, man? I've been like really, really slipping on this podcast. If you ain't got the green filter collection, go get it on Amazon. Let me show y'all. All you have to do is put Amazon in, or you can just Google. I'm on Google, so you just Amazon. Just put in green filter collection on Google. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I'm at the computer right now. Green filter collection. Just put that in Google real quick. It's the first one that pops up. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. The reason I picked that weird ass name, man, it doesn't even fit with the book, and I did the drawing on the front of the book is because of that. Because I was like researching names, and I was like, I gotta find something that nobody has on the internet. So I put the green filter collection. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's come up with that name. Everybody think the green filter. What is it, like some kind of green? Like economically correct filter, AC filter or something. No, I just put the green filter collection because I wanted something original and nobody knows about. So it's a green filter collection by David Patrick Myers. I started using my middle name, man, because there's another David Myers out there that's publishing a lot of books. And I don't want me and him to get mixed up. So I start throwing my P in there. David P. Myers, you know what I'm saying? So that way I can be like out there. This one's actually been super, everything legit. Copyrighted. So if anybody try to take it, I'm telling you right now, if I see my material in another book with a different name on it, you're gonna get sued. Yes, you're gonna get sued. I'm sorry. Because it's been happening. If you're not a famous person, and you're not plugged into the grid, and you a creator, you're gonna get stolen from. It just happens, bro. I'm sorry, man. That's been going on since the beginning of time. Only one who get credibility for their art or people that are plugged in, main line into the main vein or whatever. But you got all these people on the side that are out here doing creative things and working their ass off, writing books and stuff, and making beats and stuff, and it just all gets stolen. Or somebody takes that concept and twist it. Like they could take a story out of my book and twist it around to change a little this and that, and then take my stories and say that they're their stories. I can't do shit about it, man. That's life. But hopefully when I'm dead, somebody might look up David P. Myers, DJ Treylow, and be like, hey, this dude actually wrote the book. But you know what I would be? I kind of like, to be honest, man, I kind of like being in the background, man. Where somebody else gets to shine, and I'm in the background, and then somebody who's real smart comes around and one day is like, I don't think his ideas and concepts are original. Maybe somebody did this before him. They start like researching, and they find out, oh, David P. Myers, he wrote this story like 10 years before this dude wrote it. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody starts realizing, hey, this dude over here, we didn't even pay no attention to him. He was writing these stories way back. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes, man. If you're not plugged into the main vein, if you don't have a big platform behind you, and you don't have the the networking and the promotion and all that stuff, and you self-publishing, guarantee you, even if you don't get plagiarism, like copy word for word, people are still gonna take the concept of your stories and write other, and they're the big time authors, the big time writers. They can take a version of your story, twist around some plot, and make it into their own story. And of course, they will get recognized for it, even if they take a little. As long as they twist around all the details and twist the names around and maybe twist the concepts a little bit around, and try to really disguise it, to where it doesn't even look that much at all like the original story, but it was the original story's concept. They're going to do that. They've been doing that since the beginning of time, man. Come on, everything's stolen, man. It's all about whoever gets there first and takes it and claims it. It's not about whoever created it or whoever came up with the concept. It's never about that. It's whoever claims it as their concept and patents it and gets famous for it. You know what I'm saying? All these inventions out here, a lot of them were already invented. Man, I heard the other day somebody said Tesla invented alternate current. That's bullshit. Alternate current's been around way before Tesla. The only thing Tesla did was invent a grid for alternate current. But the people who invented alternate current were around way before Tesla. Did they get credit for that? No. Everybody believes Tesla invented alternate current. Alternate current was already a concept before Tesla was around. It was already discovered. Just like, Christopher Columbus gets credit for discovering America, like the Vikings didn't come over here, or, some other, people came over here way before him. No, he gets the credit for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter if you're somebody who creates a concept. If you're nobody and somebody else comes after you and takes that whole thing from you, you're screwed. That's life. But I'm not trying to be negative. If you want to get the book, it's pretty good. It's about 250 some pages long, and it's got a whole bunch of short stories in it. Don't just read man, I had this dude the other day, man, come up to me, and he read the first story in the book. And the first story is kind of provocative. It's kind of sexual. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, you over here writing books about sex? I'm thinking, dude, you did not read, but past, let me see. You didn't read past, let's see here. Past page 9. That's as far as he got into the book. Because there's all kinds of stories in there. It's not all about having sex. It was just the first story that was like short, and it was about this guy that kind of goes into a dream, and his girlfriend's cheating on him. And he kind of like, in his dream, he sees his girlfriend doing her thing with another dude. And then he wakes up. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept of the first story. But if you only read like 8 pages, man, And then I had another chick, I didn't say no names. She got past the second story. That's as far as she got. Which is, the second story was an old story I wrote a long time ago called The Warehouse Basement or Eyes in the Basement. Either one of them. But I actually did an audio recording of it and put it on my YouTube. If you want to listen to the audio recording instead, you don't want to read. There's a lot of lazy people out here that don't want to read. But, reading's coming back because it's getting boring just sitting at home watching TV, playing video games all day because this virus stuff is out here. You can't really do nothing. So it's like, hey, read a book or something. You know what I'm saying? So the second one, Basement, she read that. And then she was like, that was pretty good, da-da-da, and all this. That's as far as she got in the book. So I'm telling you right now, there's about, I think, 10 to 11 short stories in this book. Some of them are sci-fi. Some of them are horror. Some of them are sexual, I guess. And some of them are gangster, ghetto shit. The book's like over 70,000 words or something. So 70,000. This is the thing. Dorrance Publishing contacted me as soon as I got my copyright in on the book. And they were trying to give me the book. When everybody says you got a book out there, you famous. No, it's not. It don't work that way. Book game is the same as a music game. Let me tell you something about that. You can be self-published. If you don't have a platform, you don't have your books in stores, you don't have a major distribution company moving your books. You know what I'm saying? It's the same as a music game. It's independent. So, if you're self-published, you're out there hustling your books on your own. So you just order a whole bunch of books and start handing them out. You're handing them out or charging people $5 or whatever, $10, whatever you want to charge for your book. You know what I'm saying? And that's the independent hustle game. You might be able to get in like one of these little small stores. I got in Book People down there at 6th and Lamar. But with one of my books, it was a rectangulars before I did Green Filter Collection. But it's the same thing. I don't really make any money off of any of my books. And most of the time I'm spending money getting shipments and pushing it out there. But I'm just self-promoting right now. You know what I'm saying? Just try to get my feet in the shallow end of the pool, So finally I got one book company hit me up. So I was like, okay. But see, I'm swimming in the sharks because I didn't know, they look for the guppies, and I'm in the shark tank because this company sat up there, Dorrance Publishing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing if you got some money, but since you're nobody, you don't have a literary agent. That's what you really need to get to like major publishers. They won't even look at your book or any of your work unless you got a literary agent that actually, says, oh, this is a good thing. And then they take the book and look at it. But the thing is, Dorrance was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You pay us like 10 grand, 20 grand, and we'll put your book on bookshelves in like New York or LA. So, I mean, it's a good deal if you have some money. But it's like a 360 deal. It's like, we're going to put you out there. You pay us this much. So if the book don't sell, they got paid. It's like a 360 deal. With the music, the same way. Like, we're going to put your music out there. If you get good, hell, you get some money back. If you don't sell, we're good. So that's how Dorrance Publishing works. Book game is the same as a music game. I'm just telling you. It's the same shit. I've never had somebody come and say, I want to sign you to a publishing deal with this publisher and this and that, and we're going to pay you. It ain't like that no more. At least not for me. Like, we're going to cut you a $50,000 check right here, and we're going to get your book, and you're going to get a royalty payment every time a book is sold. No. I mean, I've heard of stories like that, but I guess my stuff is not good enough for them to come knocking on my door. You know what I'm saying? So really, I'm just trying to flood the whole market with my books. I want my books like in rare spots where I just walk up on it one day and somebody's reading it, and they be like looking at the picture, and they be like, "Is that you? Is that the same? Yeah, that looks like treylow." Where are we rolling into right now? 14 minutes in. So that'd be pretty cool. But I mean, it's still pretty cool to be like, Google search, not just on Facebook. I don't have a Wikipedia page. Now that's like super famous. You know what I'm saying? But if you still go on Google and put in Mr. David Patrick Myers, you can find me on Amazon, my little biography and all my books up there. Pavilion Vortex. I love the Pavilion Vortex, man. That's the shit. The Rectangulars, Kindle edition. Both Pavilion and Rectangulars are Kindle editions. And Years to Revenge are Kindle editions. The only one I haven't put on Kindle yet is the Green Filter Collection because it's new. And I'm just doing paperbacks right now. And I'm working on another one. This one's not even a horror book. I try to kind of do full spectrums, you know. This one's like, it's not even like for dudes. It's kind of like, it's some weird shit, man. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like follows it's a coming to age story about a young girl who's like a spoiled brat. She grows up around rich parents, giving her everything she wants. And then, you know, she starts turning into a teenager. And then, you know, she starts, you know, having attitudes and acting out. And go in there. Stop bothering me. I don't care. Go ask Christy. I told you, man, every podcast, it never fails, man. This dude comes in here, bother me, be a nosy. Okay, anyways, the story I was going to say. So she gets to a certain age, which is teenage years, and she starts acting out. And the parents can't really understand it. But they gave this kid, spoiled the shit out of her, from all the way from her little kid to teenage. And then teenage, they can't control her. So she's like, I'm doing my own thing, I don't listen to you, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, she gets out on her own, experiences all the hardship that her parents didn't teach her the correct way growing up. And then from there, you know, it's just a coming of age story. Now, right now in that book, I'm already like 40 to 50,000 words in. I want to hit 100,000. That's my goal with that book. But I was going real hard this year on that story, and then the baby came, so it's like I just got lazy again. Then I was out of work for a while, went back to work. So, you know, when I was out of work for a while, that's when I really started grinding on the you know, because you don't have nothing to do. Like, you know, you can only play games for so long. You can only watch movies for so long. You can only drink so much booze. You can only sit on your porch for so long. You know, it's boring, man. So, I mean, you know, it's just sit up there and kids driving you nuts every day, getting on your nerves. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if I was locked in the house just by myself. I could just relax. But being in a house with like a last year 4 or 5 year old, oh my God. I mean, it's nonstop telling them, repeating yourself, telling them over and over and over again. And it's like, man, this is worse than going to work. I go to work and get paid and deal with annoying people all day. Yeah, I have to worry about the virus, but damn, being at home, man, this make me old quick. Yeah, you know, being a parent like that, it just wears you down, man. So, anyways, man, I gotta get back to the hip hop on this shit, man, because I ain't been doing the news lately. You know, since 2021 has jumped off. So let's look at the news on hip hop for 2021. And I'll give y'all my opinion about it. Excuse me. Okay. There's been some stuff. Mike Will made it, got in a car accident January 1st. Dr. Dre, brain aneurysm January 5th. The Baby, gun possession January 7th. YFM Lucci was on the run for murder in Atlanta, Georgia on January 12th. He turned himself in. January 13th, Chicago rapper Rico Reckless was sentenced to 3 years prison. January 19th, Lil Wayne and Kodak Black were both pardoned by President Donald Trump. January 26th, Georgia-based rapper Six Dog killed himself. January 30th, Double K of People Under Stairs passed away. Unspecific, man, I can't even say that. Unspecific causes. February, here we go in the next month. February, Silento, I don't even know how to say it. Silento, because he got an apostrophe over the over the O. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. He murdered his cousin in Georgia. February 2nd, Chief Keef was hospitalized. February 12th, Nicki Minaj's father, Robert Mirage, was killed by a hit and run driver. February 13th, Yellow Beezy was arrested for gun charge in Dallas. February 18th, Prince Marky D of the Fat Boys died. Yeah, I remember that. Nobody even heard, like, when I was telling people when the Fat Boys died, nobody even really knew. Like, that was like no news. Like, I guess he wasn't just that big of a deal. But I remember back in the day, Fat Boys was jamming. They did the whole, they really brought the whole beatbox out, that and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I would give them credit for that. It was into that. Okay, February 21st, Roddy Ricch and 42 Dougs had a shooting, leaving 3 people injured in Atlanta, Georgia. February 22nd, Kim Kardashian filed for divorce from Kanye West. February 23rd, Bobby Shmurda was released from prison. March 6th, Jay-Z's streaming service title was bought by Square Inc. March 7th, Kodak Black associate Jack Boy was arrested for gun possession. Man, I don't get these rappers, man. I mean, you got money to get security, bodyguards. Everywhere you go, you got shitload of cash. Why are you getting gun possession? If you got a felony, why would you carry around a gun? These bodyguard companies are licensed. They can carry, pistols, whatever, with them while they're protecting you. I mean, you just don't trust the bodyguard. That's what their job is. So why would you get a gun and you have a felony or a legal gun? Which doesn't make sense, man. I mean, I guess it's probably hey, I don't care about the laws. I'm going to do my own thing. So, Richard Kidd arrested for gun possession on March 15th. Another one. Famous Dex was arrested for concealed a firearm March 18th. Another one. Young Boy Never Broke Again was arrested for fleeing the police, Los Angeles. NLE Chopper was arrested for burglary, weapon charge, and drug charge. All these little youngsters, man, sitting up there going to jail for stupid stuff. Young Dolph said he retired from music on March 30th. Yeah, right. It's the second time he said that. It's getting kind of old now. If he does really retire, hats off to you, bro. You did a great job. Tip of the cap. You know what I'm saying? But this is starting to get old if you come back rapping again. I'm not going to believe you this third time, because the first time you were like, I'm retiring. Then you're like, my son doesn't want me to retire. He wants me to keep rapping. So you kept rapping, and that's cool. And then now you're saying you're retiring again. Like, this is the second time you said this. So if he does it, cool. If not, if he comes back and starts rapping again, I'm going to be like, the boy that cried wolf or something. You know what I'm saying? After the second time is 1, 2, and then the third time, everybody's like, yeah, okay, you're retiring, whatever. Liar. You'll be rapping next month. Okay. So DMX suffered a drug overdose. Yeah, everybody knows about that. April 2nd. And a lot of people don't know about DMX. They were like, yeah, man, he couldn't get no drug overdose from smoking crack because he smoked a lot of crack. But a lot of people know DMX has asthma real bad. So, he probably needs an inhaler or something like that. And, that could affect like any kind of drug, too much drug intake. And people didn't know that. Like when he was growing up, he had asthma real bad. So Kodak Black and his security and entourage was shot at in Tallahassee, Florida on April 5th. That's the last one, because we're now rolling into April. We're April 9th. And you got a couple of good releases. I mean, I listened to Richard Kidd, Lucky 7, didn't like that too much. That came up January 28th, I believe. I haven't really listened to... It was just like a EP, only had like 7 songs on it, and it was... I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Devin the Do, Soulful Distance, I listened to that. It was alright. It had like 2 or 3 bangers on it. But you know what you get with Devin. It pretty much stays the same every album, Either talking about his relationships or talking about smoking weed. And it's all like the same style. So what else did I get here, man? See, they ain't been really putting out no music. Oh, Young Buck Vaccine. That was kind of weak. I mean, it was all right, but I didn't bang it too much. I listened to that. And Drake, Scary Hours 2. I got that music. I never listened to it. I think that's an EP too. Only like 3 songs on there. I haven't got the Dumber and Dumber 2 with Young Dolph and Key Glock, and I want to get that. That came out March 26th. And then April, you don't have nothing really. Kidding's Alive on March 9th. And Destiny to Win by Lil TJ came out April 2nd. Nobody put nothing out on April 1st. April Fools. Brockhampton, Roadrunner, New Light, New Machine came out April 9th. So you have some upcoming releases in April. If they actually drop. Snoop Dogg, From the Streets to the Suites, April 20th. Vinny Paz, I never heard of him. Drake, Certified Lover Boy, to be announced. So you don't even know if he's going to drop it in April. Mount Westmore. And I don't know. Mount Westmore must be like Interscope, Doggy Style. I don't know if he's with Snoop Dogg. I don't know too much about Mount Westmore. Let me look him up. Yes, it's a American hip hop supergroup. Oh, okay. So the Snoop Dogg, E40, Too Short, and Ice Cube came together, forming in late 2020. And they're supposed to put out an album. First single off the album was called Stepchild. It was released on January 14th, 2021. I hadn't even heard about this. So remember, Too Short and E40 used to collab on some albums, especially that album History Mob Music. I slowed and mixed it up on my YouTube. So it's been released in 2012. So it's funny how you say 2020 now, but back then it was like 2012, 2013. You didn't ever say 2013. I mean, it didn't really get, well, you might have said 2013, 2015, but you never said 2012 back then. We were just getting out of like when the 2000s hit, we weren't like 2001, 2002. You know what I'm saying? We're like 2001, 2002. Then we got to 2009. We weren't like 2009. And then we got to 2010. When we started getting into the tens and the teens, that's when it started like coming out. And then when it really started coming out was like when we hit the 20s, 2020. You know what I'm saying? 2018, 2015. But we still use the 2000s when it first jumped. Now we're up to the 20s. So it's a little things. I don't know if it's going to continue, as far as like doing our dates. All right, man. I'm about 30 minutes in. Treylow podcast. Check me out, man. I'm still holding it down, man. I'm still putting these podcasts out. So just, look me up on iTunes. DJ Treylow, TREYLOW, or you can go to my YouTube account, DMyers45, DMYERS 45. If anybody's listening, I don't even care. Still gonna do the podcast at least once a year or something, even if people listen to this crap or not. My sons might listen when they get old, like, oh, you did a podcast? Really? I want to hear what all he's talking about. Nobody cares, but it's all good. If you want to check it out, and if you want to come, like if you want to do like a Zoom interview or phone interview, or I don't know, everything's weird with this virus stuff, and get on the podcast. I love having guests, you know what I'm saying? So just get at me, man. DJTreylow@gmail.com if you want to talk on the podcast. All right, peace.